How to improve communication skills in everyday life. Good communication skills are essential in everyday life. They help us express our thoughts clearly, build strong relationships, and avoid misunderstandings. Whether you're talking to a friend, working with colleagues, or meeting new people, improving your communication can make a big difference. Here are some practical tips to help you improve. 1. Be a good listener. Communication is not just about speaking, it's also about listening. Pay attention to the person talking, don't interrupt, and show that you're listening with small gestures like nodding or saying, "I see," or "that makes sense." After they finish speaking, summarize what they said to show that you understand. 2. Think before you speak. Before you say something, take a moment to organize your thoughts. This helps you avoid rambling or saying something you might regret. Speaking clearly and calmly makes your message more understandable. 3. Use simple language. Keep your language simple and direct. Complicated words can confuse the listener. For example, instead of saying, "I require your assistance," you can say, "Can you help me?" Simple language is clearer and easier to understand. 4. Body language matters. Your body language says a lot about you. Maintain eye contact to show confidence and interest. Avoid crossing your arms, as it can seem defensive. Smile when appropriate, and keep your posture open and relaxed. 5. Expand your vocabulary. The more words you know, the better you can express yourself. Read books, watch movies, and learn new words daily. Practice using these words in conversations to make them part of your regular speech. 6. Ask questions. Asking questions shows that you are engaged and interested in the conversation. It also gives the other person a chance to share their thoughts, making the conversation more balanced. Questions like, "What do you think?" or "Can you explain more?" keep the conversation flowing. 7. Practice, practice, practice. The best way to improve communication is by practicing. Talk to friends, join clubs, or participate in group discussions. Even small interactions, like chatting with a cashier or making small talk with colleagues, help build confidence. 8. Learn to handle silence. Silence can feel awkward, but it's a natural part of conversations. Don't rush to fill every quiet moment. Give people time to think and respond. This makes conversations more thoughtful and less rushed. 9. Accept feedback. Be open to feedback. If someone points out areas where you can improve, take it positively. Reflect on the feedback and work on those areas. 10. Stay positive and patient. Improving communication takes time. Don't be discouraged if you make mistakes. Stay positive and keep practicing. Over time, you'll become more comfortable and confident. Final thoughts. Good communication is a skill that improves with practice. Listen carefully, speak clearly, and be patient with yourself. Small steps every day will lead to big improvements. Soon, you'll find yourself connecting better with people and expressing your thoughts more effectively. Here's a story with conversation examples. The day Emma found her voice. Emma was always quiet. In meetings at work, she'd sit at the back, taking notes while others spoke confidently. At lunch, she'd listen to her colleagues' stories but rarely shared her own. She wanted to speak up but didn't know how. One day, her manager, Mr. Carter, noticed her silence and decided to help. "Mr. Carter, Emma, can I have a quick chat with you?"
Emma, of course.
They sat down in the office kitchen, where the smell of fresh coffee filled the air. "Mr. Carter, I've noticed you're a great listener, but I'd love to hear your ideas in meetings." Emma looked down at her hands.
I get nervous. I don't know what to say.
Mr. Carter, I understand. Let's work on it. Start small and maybe ask a question or share one thought in the next meeting. That evening, Emma decided to practice. She stood in front of her mirror and spoke out loud.
Okay, Emma. Just ask one question tomorrow.
You can do this. The next day at the meeting, Emma's heart pounded as her colleague, James, presented a new project idea. She remembered Mr. Carter's advice: listen carefully and ask a question. James, and that's how the new app will improve productivity. Emma took a deep breath. James, I really like the idea. How do you plan to measure productivity changes? Everyone turned to look at her. James smiled. James, great question, Emma. We're planning to use weekly reports. I can share the data with you if you'd like. Emma nodded, her confidence growing. Yes, I'd love that. After the meeting, Mr. Carter patted her on the back. Mr. Carter, you did it. How did it feel? Emma grinned.
Not as scary as I thought.
Over the next few weeks, Emma kept practicing. She'd prepare one or two thoughts before each meeting, so she wouldn't feel caught off guard. She started making small talk with colleagues in the break room.
Emma. Hey, Sarah. How was your weekend?
Sarah, it was great. I went hiking. How about you? Emma smiled.
I tried a new recipe. It turned out pretty good.
Little by little, Emma's confidence grew. One day, she even led a team presentation. Her voice was steady, her points clear. As she packed her things that evening, Mr. Carter passed by. Mr. Carter, Emma, I'm really proud of you. Your communication skills have come a long way. Emma beamed.
Thank you. I just needed a little push.
From that day on, Emma felt a new sense of confidence. She realized that good communication wasn't about being perfect. It was about being brave enough to speak. This story shows how small actions like asking questions, practicing, and staying positive can help improve communication skills over time.